When I stepped on the ice, I never backed down, and I never stayed down.
And I was vicious, and I was malicious, and I don't care.
He's a freaking madman. Look at him going to town. That'll be a suspension. That'll be a fine.
Welcome into the Raw Knuckles podcast, everybody. Listen, Tim Stapleton, Barry Reese, along with Knuckles. Tim Stapleton, obviously former NHL Knuckles partner here. Our other guest on here, not guest, partner on here, is producer Barry Reese. So for those of you who don't know Barry, his son played in the NHL. That's why he became a fan. His son Dylan, who's an awesome guy. And we have Barry on with us every now and again to give us his take on...
To make us feel good.
Make us feel like we know what we're talking about.
I don't want to pay my therapist every day to, tell, so I got to come in here and feel good. Yeah.
It is time for the Stanley Cup Playoffs, National Hockey League. Best time of year for the NHL, obviously. Playoff hockey, regular season. What do we got in the regular season? Tiptoeing through the tulips. Kind of like the table hockey a little bit at times. It gets long that season. But now we're starting these playoffs tonight, and it gets real. It gets real really quick. And we're going to start at the top here with obviously the best team in the league in the regular season, President's Trophy winners, and that'd be the Panthers versus the Caps. Listen, this one here, I'm picking the Panthers in 6. And, I'll tell you why in a second. Who you got, Tim?
I got the Panthers. I don't know if I got them in 6. I might have them in 5. But, I just... Washington, I don't know. I know they got depth, but they've won it before. But I feel like all year they kind of just been hanging around a little bit, And like you said, you know what I love about the playoffs nowadays? I feel like it's just like you don't know. You don't know. I feel like back in the day, you kind of had your one or two teams, like that you knew were going to probably, at least be in the finals. I mean, this is tough. But I got Florida this first round.
Yeah, same here. Sure. Barry, what do you got? Florida, Caps, who you got?
Florida, gonna kill them. The only problem could be if their damn goalie doesn't perform, because he's choked out a couple
times. Who's his goalie, Barry? Do you even know the goalie is?
No, the guy that used to be at Columbus.
There you go.
Bobrovsky.
But Florida is going to annihilate him. Ovechkin might not even be playing, or at least they're going to annihilate him.
Okay.
That's it.
And if Sergei doesn't do well, then they'll put in Spencer Knight, who didn't have a bad season. Listen, the kid was 18-9 regular season. Bobrovsky was 39-7. Say that with some bubble gum in your mouth.
Yeah. Barry's got Florida winning, and he's got Florida winning in 3.
Well, hey, Tim. Think about it. The year we won the Cup, we won the first round, 3-0 over the Boston. First round was best of 5. And then the owners got pissed, and they said, we're leaving money on the table. We got to turn that one into 7 games, too. So, we got the Panthers in 6. Seems like a clean sweep, the three of us. We at some point, we have to fucking disagree, I hope. So, listen. The way we do that is this next series, Rangers, Pittsburgh. Tim, you're up, baby. You're picking first this one.
Rangers, Pittsburgh. Man, I can't go against I got Pittsburgh. I do. I know Rangers. I do. Yeah, I know. I got Pittsburgh. I think.
That's nice.
I don't know. Yeah, Crosby. It's hard to go against them. Not that they I don't got Pittsburgh winning the Cup. But I don't know. They've been knocked out of the first round, I think 2 or 3 years now, and I don't know. I think they can get through the first round this year.
Okay.
I don't know.
Good. So you got them. You got Pitt. Barry, what do you got? All right, turn your fucking microphone on, will you? If you want to be on this goddamn show,
holy shit.
Turn your microphone on, please.
He thinks Messier's playing
muted.
For the Rangers.
Usually we want to mute Barry, And, we need him to step up to the plate here, and he mutes himself. When does that ever happen?
He's on auto mute.
All right. Who do you got?
Pittsburgh. I'm
Oh,
from
you
Pittsburgh.
fucking homer,
Crosby.
you.
Oh.
What a
This is
homer.
their swan song. I'm a homer. It's Crosby, Malkin, Letang. This is their swan song. They've got knocked out the last couple years. But the Rangers are young too, and they're really good. But
Oh, yeah,
Pittsburgh.
the Rangers are young and really good. Well, Pittsburgh's going to suck it on this one because I'm picking the Rangers, my former team. And not because they're my former team. It's just because, listen, this team, they're due. They finally got this thing going in the right direction. Look at Kreider. The year he had 52 goals. They got some depth there, scoring on them top two lines. Panarin, Strome, Kopp, good second line. Kreider, Zibanejad, and Vetrano up front on that top line. So, listen, they, and then you got Lafreniere. Alexei Lafreniere is playing on the third line. Not a bad season, starting to come around, this kid. 18 goals, 12 assists. And then on the back end, they're pushing it up the ice. You got Adam Fox, who's awesome, right? Lindgren. So this team, I think they're for real. Plus, they have the best goaltender in the world right now, best goaltender in the league right now.
Lundqvist?
No. The king is not dead, but the king is dead as far as hockey goes. He's done. And Shesterkin, Igor is his first name. I have a lot of friends named Igor, but we have two Russians in the twine there, which is unbelievable. So if Igor goes out, Alexander comes in, and that's one hell of a backup. Alexander was 14-10 this year. Goals against, save percentage. Goals against was under 3.295. Save percentage of Igor was 9.35. Unbelievable. 36-13. So now I'm going to jump it over to Pittsburgh. I think they're getting long in the tooth, Barry. Anytime you got Sid the Kid, certainly you have an opportunity to go somewhere in the playoffs. He's certainly led the way with this team. I question at times. You can say it's experience. Malkin and Letang on the back end there. That can take you so far. That experience, and you have to have the infield sprinkled with some pretty good young players, and they do. I just think, I think this ship has sailed. I know they're gonna try and make that push. This first round's the most difficult one to go through, but New York shows up and pushes it. I think the older crowd in Pittsburgh is gonna have a difficult time. So I'm picking the Rangers in 6. Okay, baby.
Barry, at our pick, Barry, with your floor hockey experience and my no playoff experience, and Nux's Stanley Cup winning, experience, our pick was just dominated there. I think our pick sucked, but I'm still going Pittsburgh.
The Hurricanes versus the Boston Bruins. The Bruins, the Boston, Colis, the Tabarnak. Barry, you're up. What do you got?
I think it's going to be a heck of a series.
You do?
Because the Bruins are always so heavy, and they always bring it in the playoffs. However, I'm going with the Hurricanes. I love their coach. I think that they were close last year to getting over the top, and they bring it every game too. It's like heavy against semi-heavy, but really very disciplined and just plays good hockey. Though you have Marchand and Bergeron, which is hard to ever root against. But I'm going to Hurricanes.
There you go. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I got Hurricanes too. I mean, that's a tough one though.
Tim and I.
Yeah, no, I honestly kind of agree. But I mean, Boston was swept throughout the regular season. It's not going to be an easy series, and I know it's tough to take games in Boston, so it's going to go to the distance. But I like Carolina too in this one. I think they're kind of a well-run team with a lot of depth as well, and yeah, I got them going to the next round for sure.
Yeah, and Knuckles could not agree more. 116 points in the regular season. They finished the season, last 10 games, 8-2-0. Carolina, solid team. Now, Boston obviously played for this team. They finished the season 6-4-0. Does it mean anything? They were plus 35 in differential, Boston. Carolina was plus 76 in differential. So, yeah, this team, they're solid. I get it, the Bees have some size, but they rely so much on Marchand, Bergeron, and Panarin. So when we talk about depth in teams and depth in scoring, yeah, listen, you have, they got 5 guys with over 20 goals. And that top line, DeBrus, Bergeron, Marchand, they're solid. The second group in Hall and Pasternak, 2 awesome lines there. I just think depth-wise, the other team got it. The Canes have it all over them. And I think the X factor in this is going to be in the net. The Bees, man, it's been a difficult year. They got Swayman and Ullmark, both played fairly well. Ullmark, 26-10 on the season, 9-17 save percentage, and Swayman was 9-15 save percentage, 23-13. And listen, 2 capable goalies, no question. As far as experience, not much. So I'm, looking at Anderson. If he comes back between the pipes and is the goalie he can be, I think the Canes can beat the Bruins in 5. But am I going on a limb there? Yeah, in 5. I think the Canes are so well coached and not that the Bees aren't, but they're just a solid bunch. And it's that team that's been grinding and climbing the last couple of years, and I think they're finally here in this first round. I think they bounced the Bees out. All right, next one. We're going to talk about the Leafs and the Lightning. I love this, and I'll take it from the top here. I look at the Leafs, okay? Last 5 seasons, okay? They've been out in the first round. Last 5 playoff appearances, gone in the first round. And, I look at this Tampa Bay team. Oh, my word. Going for 3 in a row. We thought this was all over, right? The dynasty years. Pittsburgh came close, right? Where they have back-to-backs. This team now back-to-backs. Could they make it 3 in a row? Oh, I listen, if they get by Toronto, watch out. And I think Tampa's going to win this series in 7. It's going 7 games. I think they prevail. I'm picking them. I can't pick the Leafs. One, I play for the Habs. And, I'm going. Listen, you know what they did this year, the Leafs? They hired a peak performance coach to come in and, change diapers and burp these little babies, okay? Matthews and Mana. Now, they're going to have, obviously, listen, these 2 are great players. What happened last year? Now, can they change it this year? But what happened last couple of years with these guys in the first round? Why'd they lose? Because playoff hockey is so physical, so difficult, grinding, hitting, finish your body checks. They go through the season, they don't get much of that. So they wheel and deal all they want. You come playoff time and it gets gritty, in your face hockey. Man, it's not fun on them. Then they run into a goaltender who starts making saves. They don't score. They get down on themselves and they kept getting knocked around and they just don't get it done. So I got to see to believe if I'm going to talk about the Leafs. And I think this team, Tampa Bay, is going to kick some ass and put Matthews and Mana up to more misery in the postseason.
Wait, a peak performer? I was thinking maybe Toronto until I found out about this fucking motivational speaker they brought on, Tony Robbins. What? I'm actually pissed about this series because I had these 2 teams kind of, one of them going pretty deep. Maybe Tampa maybe winning it, and I didn't realize they're playing each other till like the other day. It's such a good series. I got to go to Tampa as well. I do. I just think, they're awesome. They're awesome. I mean, from top to bottom, obviously they have the experience of winning back-to-back. And, I think it would be really cool to see that 3 in a row. And yeah, like you said, Toronto, I don't know. I mean, I played in Toronto. I played like 2 games, but it's like there's a lot of pressure there, and I think there's a lot of just outside bullshit pressure too. That if they don't win that first, 1 or 2 games, fuck, who knows? But then again, I was thinking, Toronto does, maybe this is a year. A lot of teams that have success in the playoffs, they do go and struggle for a few years. I know the Red Wings did it in the early 90s. Washington did it for a little bit till they won it. I'm not saying the Leafs are going to win it, but maybe this is a year they go a little bit deeper. But if I got to pick here, I'm going with Tampa for sure.
Okay.
Well, what do you got, Barry?
Yeah, fuck.
Like,
We're not talking about
you
the
gonna leave
Buccaneers.
us hanging here?
We're not talking about Tom Brady here.
I watched the game in Toronto. I want you guys to know it.
Okay. So
You played games in Toronto. I watched one. And based on that, significant observations of mine, I'm picking Toronto.
Okay. So you're picking Toronto.
I'm not picking it because I want to be different.
you're picking Toronto because you watched a game?
Yes.
Like that's
And they have lots of talent. You don't win 3 in a row. You get beat up. It's their
You're
year.
like the guy at the games that's just yelling "shoot" when the guy's got the puck at the red line.
Yeah. And I'm a Tavares fan too. I think he's due. I think he plays great 2-way hockey, and I think he needs it. I think I'm picking Toronto. That's it.
All right. So your pick is in. Is any? I hope you're jotting this down, Barry, because we're gonna hold you to it. Okay.
No. We
You can't switch your picks after game 1.
Yeah, none of this crap. Switching picks and All right. Now let's head out west, and out west we will go, and we're going to start with Calgary versus the Stars.
I'm being biased here. I got a really good friend on Dallas. I think they got a lot of
No. Sorry. Don't go with your heart. Go with your head.
No, he's he's got to know that I'm rooting for him. But no, honestly, I like Dallas. I don't know, man. That's a tough one. But I'm going to go with Dallas. I think they got veteran experience that the train, whatever you said about Pittsburgh, like time's up. I don't think that's the case in Dallas. I think their veteran guys are still they were just in the finals too. I think they are a team that is going to surprise again and definitely get through the first round. I do like Calgary, but I don't know. Didn't Calgary go through like ups and downs where they're like good and then shit, and I don't know. I'm going Dallas. I made 0 valid points there, but I'm going Dallas. Okay,
0 valid points.
Hey, before I make my pick, Chris.
Yeah.
Is the guy coaching Dallas that same guy that you had
Sutter.
a problem with?
No.
Oh.
Daryl Sutter.
No longer there.
No, Rick Bonus. Oh yeah, sorry,
Bonus.
Dallas. I thought you meant Calgary. Yeah.
Bonus is
shit,
in
I
Dallas,
forgot
right?
about that.
Listen.
No, I'm going Calgary. Okay,
Listen.
I forgot.
I love Rick Bonus. Don't get me wrong.
Okay.
Listen, did I give him the business back in the day? Yeah. Rick Bonus is one of the nicest guys you'll meet in the game. What I didn't like about him back in that day is they were telling him what to do and how to use me. Harry Sinden and Mike Milbury. And I just wish he had the balls at the time to stand up and say, no, I'm going to play this guy. I'm not going to screw around with him. It was a respect thing. And I can see where he's caught in the middle. Anyway, he was kind of caught in the middle there. And, he was beholden to Harry Sinden and Mike Milbury. And being beholden to them, he had to shit on me. And I wasn't going to let it happen. So, anyway, and I'm not picking against Rick Bonus because of that, but I'm picking.
But you're going Calgary.
I'm going Calgary. Come on. They got Daryl Sutter in here. All right. He comes over. Everybody's all worried. Oh, my God, Daryl's going to come. They're going to play defense. Goudreau won't do it. Goudreau, all these guys, Kachuk, they're going to, they're not going to get along with him. They're not going to like him. Listen, this team, it took a little bit. He came in and, it's kind of like being in Russia for the first time. You get, you fucking, where am I? It's like another fucking planet. And you have Daryl Sutter come in on the bench. It's like, what? And the way he is. But players, he's endearing, if you will. He's a funny guy. He's demanding, and he holds you accountable. And you're going to earn your ice time there. You're not going to be pussy boyed along. Okay, let me, powder your little bum and get you back out there. I'll burp you if you're having a tough time. You got a little gas. Fucking see you later. Go out and play the fucking game. And that's how he coaches. And he expects his players to go out there, shift in and shift out, and be accountable and show up. So I in this day and age, to have one of them old school coaches, kind of get it done like he has. And listen, they're in the playoffs. That's great. They had a great season. But you look at that top line, they got 3 guys with 40 freaking goals. Goodrow, Lindholm, and Kachuk, 40 goals, their top line. And then you go the second, talk about depth of scoring, the second line, Mangiapane, Backlund, Toffoli, right? 35, Backlund got 12, and then Toffoli got 20. I mean, that's a second line. And then their third line, they're in double figures, 14, 18, and 17. Dubé, Jankrook, and Coleman. That Blake Coleman was in Tampa. He was huge for Tampa in the playoffs. Blake Coleman.
like him.
Yeah,
I love him.
He's got such
he's
great
like a playoff.
experience.
He's a guy to. I love it.
And then you got Lucic, Rosiska, and Richie on the fourth line. That's a hell of a fourth line. You got Big Luch out there banging around. God bless him. That kid. He got lucky having this coach come in, because this coach knows how to use him and knows how to play him. And I think that's just awesome. So I'm picking Calgary. I'm going to say Calgary in 6. And they're going to dispatch the Stars and Rick Bowness. Yeah. So
I feel like,
By
you
the
should
way,
go
I never
first.
did
You
pick.
should go first from now on, Nux. Just so I can, because every time you talk
so you
about
can get
shit,
some insight.
maybe I should change my pick.
Jim, I haven't picked yet,
Yeah.
and I had no idea anything about either of these two teams.
You thought Lucic was still on Boston. Yeah.
Based on the 2 years,
Lucic
based on
is still
your
in
team,
Boston.
Yeah.
Oh.
based on the debate I've seen so far, I'm going Calgary.
Yeah. No, I mean, I'm still going Dallas. I'm holding my pick, but Dallas likes to play like they can play a low-scoring game. They're kind of boring sometimes. I don't know, and that's kind of playoffs sometimes, at least. Who knows? But no, I mean, valid points. They're Nux, but I'm still going Dallas.
Okay. So here I'm going to let you have this one. Okay. I'm going to throw you as a bone, but you're going first. But Minnesota and St. Louis. What do you got? What do you got? Minnesota, St. Louis.
Go ahead, Barry. What do you got?
The Blues. I'm taking the Blues. I just love how they play.
What do you mean you love how they play? How do they play?
I mean, what do you think he's going to say, Nux? He just said he'd taken
you
Toronto
love how
because he
they
watched
play, how they
a
play.
hockey game back in
I don't watch
2010. He watched a Toronto game, so he's taking Toronto.
No. I saw St. Louis play one game this year.
You saw them play one game where? On fucking TNT?
Against Minnesota, actually.
On
And,
TNT or ESPN?
I don't even know. I can't. ESPN, I think.
Okay.
Anyways, I just like the way they play. I think they can play heavy, and so can
Hey,
Minnesota.
you've fucking used the word heavy like
can't-
every
you're-
fucking
yeah.
round.
That's like my
every
favorite
team.
word.
We gotta,
They play
yeah.
heavy.
They're-
play
yeah.
Okay.
They play heavy.
Yeah. Goaltending, they're heavy, and they score goals.
Yeah, and they got great fans,
Yeah.
and the fans go yay when they score.
Hot dogs, yeah, they take really good care of the fans.
By the way, the thing I don't understand, I do have a question. I mean, I thought this Binnington was supposed to be a great goalie, and then I read about him. He hasn't had such a good year, right? He hasn't, ever since that year they won the Stanley Cup, he hasn't been so great.
So you blame it all on the fucking goalie. Typical.
No, I'm picking St. Louis. I'm
No,
still picking St. Louis.
blame it on the fucking goalie, right?
I will if they lose.
Well,
Okay. You're next. Someone's next.
I gotta go. I'm going St. Louis. I'm
He
going
took
St.
my
Louis. I just like St. Louis. I mean, I don't know. They're another team that just kind of they've won it. They got a lot of the same guys. Like you just said about Binnington. Yeah, I read that too, or I've seen that. But then again, you never know. Like he's obviously a goalie that could get hot. You ride a goaltender in the playoffs too. I mean, they got a lot of key parts. I mean, but then the Wild. I'm not taking anything away from the Wild. They're good. I just I'm looking at the roster here. I know the Wild are a really good team, actually. But I don't know. Just on paper here, obviously, I think St. Louis kind of picked it up towards the end of the year too, and every game I bet on the over/under they covered, so I gotta go St. Louis. No, I like St. Louis. I think they're. I've always liked St. Louis.
Oh,
Heavy.
well, good. We know that you like fucking St. Louis. Huh?
Yeah. I
That's
mean,
good.
other than that, I mean,
Did you always want to play for St.
My
Louis?
favorite
You liked
player,
them that
Steve
much?
Yzerman. So,
Bernie Federico.
yeah. No, I just think St. Louis is they can score. I don't know. I like that they. I just think
I got your point. I got your point.
Yeah, you got it. I like St. Louis.
I got your point.
Yeah.
Should I? I think this is gonna be crazy, but I was thinking of taking some advice from Barry about the goalie and maybe picking Minnesota. And listen, St. Louis is a heavy team, Tim. They're pretty heavy, you know. Let me give you some.
Yeah, when did you
let
hear
me give
that
you a little
word,
insight.
Barry?
Let me give you a little insight.
There's no way he used that word his whole life. Go ahead.
The first line on this team, Tim, together, they weigh 622 pounds. So their first line is 622 pounds. Heavy team. And anyway, listen, another depth in scoring here. Top three lines here with St. Louis. You know, the top line all in double digits. Second line all double digits. 30, 20, 34. Babashev, Shen, and Kyrou. For a third line, 26 goals, 24, and 26 goals respectively. They have some slugs on the fourth line. Toropachenko, Bozak, and Walker. Fourth line. You know, not a lot of offense there, but a little bit of life. On the back end, they're pretty good size D. You know, all 6 footers, couple 6'4", 6'3", 6'6". Parayko, he's a player. So listen, I like this team, and I like this time of year for this team because of this coach, Berube. He's gonna really, you know, have this team ready to play. Minnesota, I just don't. Oh God, I'd love to think that Minnie's gonna pull this off. Bill Guerin coming in. You got Kirill the Thrill Kaprizov, right? I mean, 45 goals, 105 points. This team got some depth too here. So, yeah. Thing is, I don't know. I'm gonna say St. Louis bounces this team in 6. I'm picking St. Louis in 6 games. Okay. Now, Oilers versus the Kings. I want to hear about the heavy team, the Oilers.
Yeah, let's go, Barry. Give us your expertise.
They're not a very heavy team.
Okay.
McDavid and Draisaitl. I can't see how they got to turn it. They got to turn it around one of these times. And the Kings are young. I'm picking the Oilers just because I think it's their time. Kind of like Toronto, it's their time. They got to win. I just can't see how they can't win. So I'm picking the Oilers. That's it.
Okay. Timothy.
I got the Oilers too. I actually have the Oilers as like a sleeper. I think of Vander Kane. I know there's a lot of controversy. I played with him. I think he's a huge pickup.
How was he? Was he like a good teammate? Or you hear things, but obviously you can't believe everything you hear. But was he a dick as a teammate?
Well, I'm just trying to.
Be honest. Be honest. I don't care. Don't be.
No, I'm just going to try to pick my team here. Okay. Is that okay?
Pick it.
We could do a whole. I could get him on here probably.
Oh yeah. I'm not holding my breath. No.
Okay. He was young when I played with him, and I mean, obviously.
And you were young, right?
Well,
I was. No.
I mean, I guess I was 26. He was 19, but he had more games than me. That whole shit. So he's He's a better human in life than me apparently. But no, he was. I just think he's a big pickup just because. He shine. I don't know. He's a playoff guy too, and this is like kind of his style of game. And then you got like McDavid, like Barry. You did make a valid point. I think there's been some disappointment in Edmonton, and maybe this is their year. But I just like Edmonton a lot. I like Edmonton. I got them as a sleeper. Like they could. I wouldn't be surprised if they go pretty deep. And LA, I don't know. I mean, Kopitar, that's what I was reading. Like, Kopitar might shut down. I don't know. I mean, he might be. I think he's, a hell of a player still, but LA just doesn't do it for me. I got Edmonton, and I got them in 6.
Anzi Kopitar. Anzi Kopitar. Listen.
By the way, is he that good? Is Kopitar that good, or was that good? I mean, I heard, and I've
What do you mean you heard? You're supposed to watch the fucking games.
I've watched them a
You're
couple
supposed
times.
to see.
I don't see the West Coast
He's
team.
like, oh, he's a
Well,
nice guy.
You gotta fucking stay up late. You
Yeah.
think Tony Marinaro goes to bed early? He stays up.
He's like,
Tony
Kopitar,
Marinaro stays up fucking late and watches.
You know what? Kopitar donated to this charity, so I'm going to go with LA.
That's it. You got it. He's in, Tim. That's it. And he signs autographs after the game.
Yeah.
Everybody. So, yeah, you're picking him for sure. I'd like to go with the Kings, but I think Edmonton breaks through this year. And I say that I'm kind of surprised by the season they've had. They played pretty well, and pretty well, really well. I think McDavid this year, you can't deny him. He's just looking at breaking through. Such a good hockey club, Edmonton, but they didn't have it all together the last couple of years. It didn't seem like they could string a couple games, couple wins together, and I'm looking at the back end. They got big Donnell Nurse on the back there leading the way. They have some better players on the back end moving the puck, some experience with Duncan Keith. Yeah, a little older, but in with they got him playing with Evan Bouchard, 22-year-old right D, who, another big kid. So you got some experience there with him, I think, which helps. And then the third pairing, Tyson Barrie and Brett Kulak. Kulak was here in Montreal. Good puck mover, push the pace, can skate. And then up front, this team, they're a little more than they were. I'm wondering, is it going to be enough? It's just going to be a close one. I think it's going 7. Edmonton is going to take it in 7. I look at this LA team, you talk about Kopitar shutting down McDavid. They're going to put Deneau on him from Montreal. Phil Deneau, what a season he had. It was 27 goals, 24 assists, came over from Montreal. Awesome center iceman. He
flies, too. He flies.
No, he's a good skater. Here's the deal. He great face-off circle, great in the dot. He's the guy that's going to take some of that heat off of Kopitar. Again, this could go either way. The Kings here could surprise this team. I got to go. And we're looking at the net, and there's an X factor there. You look at Jonathan Quick. He's won it before, right? Couple times, right? Edmonton, they got Mike Smith. Mike Smith's 40 years old, and Quick is 36. Still, Quick is still younger, but they've been around a long time, both goalies. It's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. If Smith, he gets hot, man, he was hot down the stretch for Edmonton. Ever since they made the coaching change, brought in Woodcock, this team has responded. So I'm going to say the Oilers in 7. It's going to be a tight one, no question. Last but not least, the Colorado Avalanche against the Predators, Nashville Predators. What do you got, Timothy?
I don't need to say much. I got Colorado winning the cup. So
Did you?
Yeah.
But I didn't ask you that yet.
I know, but it just worked out where it's
so in other
the
words,
last series we're talking about, and it's my cup picking team. So let's we could end the show like that. That's all that mattered was like who I was picking for the cup. And no, Avalanche. Obviously, I think they're gonna. I mean, they might sweep the Predators. I think. Not saying Predators are a bad team, but they kind of snuck in, and I don't know. I just never thought highly of them this year, but Avalanche, man, they just got. We know who they got. We know their depth. I think it was last year. There's disappointment there. Like they got I think they just got the right attitude too. I do. I think they really believe they can win it. And I just like all their players. I like Kadri as like their, he's a depth guy, but he's also like can score. I don't know. They got an all around a solid team, and I got them winning the cup.
There you go. Barry
Colorado.
Reese, what do you got?
Colorado.
Big Barry Reese. What do you got, Big Barry Reese?
Colorado. Not much to say there. I think this is the biggest, easiest one to pick of all the ones. So
Yeah,
Colorado.
I'm going Colorado 5 games. The Preds may win one. Who knows? But see what happens. But I think this team, Colorado, obviously too strong. Will they be standing at the end? They should be coming out of the West. And in the end, I think they could be facing off against the Florida Panthers. And Barry, Florida's a heavy team.
Heavy.
Heavy team. And they could very well
They're good, man. They're good.
the Avalanche.
That Barkov's something. That Barkov's amazing.
Yeah, they're a very good team. All right, who you picking for the Stanley Cup, Barry?
Okay, I see Colorado and Toronto in the finals. And I see Colorado all the way.
Wow.
Okay.
That's a lie. You had
What-
like Pittsburgh and Edmonton or something earlier. Anyways, I got Colorado, Tampa, and I got Colorado winning it.
All right, Tim and Knuckles has Colorado and Florida Panthers in the final, and the Panthers prevail. Big, heavy team, Barry. Yes. And that's our NHL predictions for the first round. Like, subscribe, and share if you could. Help us out here, me, Tim, and Barry. We need that big following, and thanks for tuning in.